I'm not even on. Is my mic on?
Yes.
It is? Didn't sound like it. Good morning, pre-gamers. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong button. That's why. Dumbass. Yes, let's call myself a dumbass.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, everyone. Happy day.
Who's going to be the first one to comment?
First one to comment. Go. Ready?
I'm going to guess. I was going to guess Sarah.
You were not.
I swear.
You were not.
Sarah. And right as I about said it, she commented.
I disagree.
Sarah, I hope you enjoyed the eclipse.
Safe. Made it safe back. Why's that? Ryan 840.
He asked where Ernesto's been yesterday.
Yeah, we don't know, man.
Well, apparently he's been sick. Which is funny because,
your sickness, my sickness. What kind of sickness?
I don't know. I don't know what kind of sickness.
Is it like your morning, this morning sickness, or?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Glad to be home. That's so awesome. I'm jealous. That would have been so cool.
That would have been so cool. Those are the things. That's a great question. Especially. Hold on a minute. 1 second. I got to do something.
What the hell is he doing?
Okay. Sorry. Threw a piece of gum on the floor. I had to pick it up.
Oh my God.
Doing stuff like that. Are there any? I'm trying to try to say this. Going and doing that. Making that decision for Sarah to go. We're gonna go see the eclipse. We got to go. Making that decision. How easy or difficult it was, and not missing the moments when you have a chance to do it. Missing moments like that in life. Living right. No regrets.
No regrets.
A lot of fun day. Henry T. Buchanan. We're going to open up and talk about the Masters. Today is one of the best days at the Masters, by the way.
You think so?
Yeah. Last practice round. That's awesome, dude. Look at fidget spinner with a bottle opener on it. I'm
working happy hour today, and I'm gonna bring it out today.
You're gonna dazzle people.
Yeah.
What up, Ernesto? There he
is.
It's the last day, so it's the last practice round, but it's also throws in the par 3. We'd say televised, by the way. It'll be on ESPN around 2:00. You can stream it or whatever, but it's just so cool to see the guys play, the family members, the kids, all that. But I'll tell you this: there is a thing that there's never been a Masters champion who has won the par 3.
So you don't want to win that.
So what they do is that they'll have on one of the holes somewhere throughout the round, have their kid putt for them.
And they're immediately
disqualified.
But they can still finish the round.
Oh, yeah, because it's a fun event. Yeah. It's a fun event. So we're going to open up with Masters and Masters props today.
All right, sit tight.
All right.
This is the Morning Hookup on KFOR.
One love, one heart, let's get
together. Good morning, Lincoln, Nebraska. Happy hump day. Welcome in the Morning Hookup. Bill Hooks, Will Wilson.
What's up, everybody?
What's up, everybody? I was going to tell you about the contest going on, but it looks like maybe the website's down. I'm not sure.
Huh?
I'm trying to refresh the KF4 Now website on my thing. It says a timeout occurred, so I have no idea what's going on.
Oh, yeah.
Is yours the same way?
Yeah, it's not working.
Sorry, I won't tell you that then right now because we do have a contest. I was going to tell you all about it, but we're not going to do that right now. We'll wait until it's up and running. Okay?
All right.
So there you go. But welcome in. A lot of fun to get to today. We're going to talk Masters. It's Masters Wednesday as they'll have their last practice round, par 3. Contest will go on, and then tomorrow they'll get going. So we'll look at here in a minute feature pairings that you'll be looking at. We're going to pick our golfers and look at some props. Then we'll have Henry T. Buchanan talking some hoops. I did talk to Robin Wash yesterday. He apologized. He's at practice. So like we said, so he'll be back with us, so don't worry there.
It's okay, Robin.
And then we'll do some stories that we missed, some things that are happening. So I also, I'm teasing this a little bit because I'm not going to I don't know how do I say this. Because we all have sources and stuff like that. I talked to someone because there's been a lot of controversy on a lot of sports around here, and whether you can have a drink or not or whatever. I guess if you can go, I don't know if you can do it, but if you can look at, boy, there's something brewing down and around downtown baseball, something. There's something brewing, Will Wilson. Something brewing down there. Something brewing down there. Will Wilson's on the phone. So he's I don't know. That's also I need to ask Will if we've had anybody come out and besides Shane so far claim their prizes for our bracket. We've got, I don't know if 74 Blue Jay 13 has chimed in. I know Snook, I'll take it. Tight Lies 150s. If we've had anybody jump in. Our champion, C-Cop Stocks, don't know what's happening.
C-Cop Stocks, we need to hear from you, man.
I mean, has anybody reached out yet?
Does anybody know who that is?
Has anybody reached out? We want to pay our debts. We want to give you your prize.
Yes.
C-Cop Stocks.
I like what Triz says. If not, keep moving down the list.
I could go back. 74 Blue Jay 13. We know Shane's getting a Jet Splash gift card.
Yep.
Snook, I'll take care of. I don't know who Tight Lies 150s.
Tight Lies?
Tight Lies.
Oh, Tight Lies.
Tight.
Interesting. Well, if we, keep getting non-winners, that's pushing Nora up closer to the prize.
Oh, of course, that's how you want it to work out.
Not at all. I'm just saying that's if we go with what Triz is saying, then that's going to happen.
Ryan said, nice intro song today, by the way.
Hooks picked the music today.
I did. I was kind of having a reggae day. So I have more of that as well. Darts last night. How did we do? I do know that you walked in straight sunglasses. So it was a good night.
I had a long night of darts.
There's signs of good nights.
My first game was at 6:30, and I 5-0'd the guy. I told you I've kind of been in a slump lately.
Oh my gosh, when you 5-0 someone, do you just talk so much crap you can't get over it?
No, I don't.
Oh, I would have spiked a dart.
I don't. But I told you I was kind of in a slump. And I think I got out of that slump yesterday.
So you smoked people.
That singles game at 6:30 was
Electric.
pretty nice.
All right, so you got that one done. Then you go on to somewhere else, and this is your
this is the
pick of the litter. Hey, no, give it up.
That's right.
Pick of the
random opponent league, and we won that one 2-1.
All right,
and then we had to make up a doubles game from a few weeks ago.
Okay, so all right, you said you might have to do that.
Yep.
Is that when them getting back home, like Adam getting back home, makeup?
No, not that one. This is from the doubles Monday league.
Okay, so not that. Okay, so
and what's funny is all 3 games I played yesterday were against the same guy.
What?
Yeah, Tim. Yeah. Tim is his name.
So
all 3 of my games was against him.
So Tim's butt took 3 L's.
He did. We won the doubles remake.
Take that, Tim.
3-2. And by that point, I was, a little tuned up.
So you were so the chatter was real.
What do you mean?
Did you start chirping?
No, I didn't.
What's your problem?
Because
you need to chirp, bro.
I almost feel bad for the guy.
That's even worse. I can't talk to him. I feel bad for him because I'm kicking his ass.
Well, the last game was pretty close, but
I'm just gonna kick his ass and be cool.
I'm feeling good at the right time. I got my game back, and tournament is right around the corner. So I always appreciate you asking me.
All right.
What do you want to do?
You want to talk Masters? We're going to talk Masters, my friend. We are just upon it. Tomorrow around 6:40 our time, you'll have the honorary stars Gary Player, Jack Nicklaus, Tom Watson. They'll hit the shots tomorrow, and we'll get the playing in the Masters underway. There's some really good pairings when you look at this before we pick. As I was going through it, I always find it interesting now that there's live guys back, who they'll be paired with and what time they get to go off on the golf course.
Yes.
And where they put them. Let's see, going through it just a little bit. Oh, yeah. Hey, Bryson, why don't you go off at 8:48 tomorrow morning with Gary Woodland? Take that.
Yikes.
Which means you'll go off really late after that. Sergio Garcia, 9:12. Bill Mixon, 9:36. So they got some of those guys. But here's some really good pairings out early tomorrow. Earlier, I guess, you got Matsuyama, Zalatoris, Justin Thomas. Be a nice little pairing. The reigning champ, John Rahm, will go out with Matt Fitzpatrick and Nick Dunlap. This is a really good one. 10:42. I think these are Eastern, so 9:42, probably our time. Scotty Scheffler, Roy McIlroy, Xander Schauffele.
Yeah.
Put those three in a group.
Yeah, you've always been a big group tee
I
time
like it
guy.
because I think it's comfortable. I think dudes play well when they're comfortable with dudes they like.
You think so?
I really, absolutely. That's just me personally. This group, Wyndham Clark, this will be awkward maybe a little bit because it's Wyndham Clark, Victor Hovland, and Cameron Smith. Live guy will be paired in that group. I know you'll be watching this one at 10:54. Fred Couples, Adam Hadwin.
Who else is in that group?
Adam Hadwin and Stuart Hagestad.
Oh, okay.
Well, the older guys got to sleep in. Okay.
Yeah. Justin's wondering what time Chi Rodriguez tees
Oh,
off.
he is the best. You know, Chi is, do you?
I do.
So good. Hey. Justin Rose will go off there. Let's see. Bubba Watt. Who cares? Who cares?
Bubba Watson should have just stayed home.
Really nice group. 112, 12 here. Adam Scott, Sam Burns, Cameron Young. These last three groups, three or four groups are really good groups. The back end of the afternoon. Tiger Woods, Jason Day, Max Homa.
Cool.
Brian Harmon, Brooks Koepka, Tom Kim.
Yeah, there was something about that tee time, the one with Brooks, because Brooks likes to play quick.
Yeah, and they got Harmon, who's Mr. Twitchy.
Yeah, he takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might mess with Brooks.
And then you got the final group of the day: Dustin Johnson, Colin Morikawa, Tommy Fleetwood. I always have to say it. Like, you look a little hobbit. Fleetwood.
Yeah. A lot of people are going to be on Tommy.
Yeah. So, and again, they flip-flop the next morning on Friday. They flip-flop the tee times.
What are your favorite Masters moments?
Masters
personally?
Personally watching.
Yes.
I
Obviously,
will say
Tiger's comeback
Oh, absolutely.
was at the top of everybody's list.
I mean, personally, honestly, I've been to a few rounds. Personally, is the Wednesday round I went to was really cool. I got to watch in the practice round. It was Tiger, Jack, and Arnie walk the grounds together for about 4 or 5 holes.
Wow.
We followed them. It was just cool to see.
Oh, my God.
Just cool to absolutely see.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, when we went that Wednesday, they walked together. This is a long time, a while back when Arnie and Jack could still, walk the golf course.
Oh, that's cool.
Really cool moment to see that. I got to see John Daly play a practice round, and you don't get the true appreciation for these golfers until you see them live. And the fact that Daly was such a talent, right? As hard and as fast as he swung the golf club, that he could still hit the golf ball, right? There's those moments. But I think you'll think back to a lot. Like, obviously, Tiger's chip in on 16. Looking at that moment, right?
That's amazing.
Amazing. Some of the letdowns, Jordan Spieth let down on 12.
The meltdown,
letdown, all of the above.
That was terrible.
Incredible. I mean, honestly, as much as a hater of the live golf that I am, Phil Mickelson winning it, the emotions of that moment.
Yeah. The two moments I remember very well. Number one, that shot Bubba had in the playoff.
I mean,
from the sticks,
because that's the only guy that can hit that shot in the world with that big of a hook on that.
It was insane
on that hole. That's the way he works the golf ball. He's the only guy I think in the world that can hit that shot.
Probably.
And that he was a lefty.
Yeah.
That's the only other way that he hits that shot.
Right. That's just unbelievable. And the other one I always think about, and I've always got a lot of crap for loving this moment, but Adam Scott's putt on 18.
Oh, yeah.
And in the pouring rain.
Yep.
It's just unbelievable.
Justin wants to know what time is today's eclipse. And he also said, do you have any idea? Yeah, there's the cheat sheet, and I missed that one. Yeah. Greg asked if there's any changes. Here's the weird thing about the Masters. Ryan says no longer tee box on number 2. Not sure what else. They're getting to running out of ground.
Right.
If you've ever been, there's just not much more ground to do. Whether it be taking out a tree there or the tree, it's just so much more. Like, you can't really extend it that much more on that side. You know, so
they always, and you've been there before. They say the TV does not do it justice.
Like, it's not even close.
It's a lot more hilly.
It's
right.
Listen, there's two things that you do not have an appreciation, or maybe not but whatever, for the Masters. Two, well, number one is the undulation. It is incredible, the shots, the greens. It's not, the TV is just not the walk these guys have to go on for 4 days if they make the cut. It's in the hills hitting into green. It's crazy. And that's why I believe that winners are past people that have performed well. They know where to miss. If you're off, you know where to miss. Because there's places on this golf course, if you miss, like you guarantee yourself a bogey or a double.
Wow.
Okay. It's just guaranteed. If you miss in certain spots, unless you hit, like the shot Tiger hit on 16, like the chip in, that's guaranteed bogey for most players. Right? Okay. There's just certain spots. And two, the pollen and the allergy season is hitting hard right now there.
I'm sure.
Like we were down there, you could walk around there. If you have anything white on, white hat, white shirt, white shoes,
Be covered.
they will be yellow.
Do you believe in the rumor that they have speakers in the trees and bushes playing
No.
bird sounds?
No, I think it's just that majestic. There's that many birds there. Just
It's majestic.
Yes, I'm telling you, the azaleas, and I mean it's crazy.
It's on the
I
bucket
can't
list.
talk about it enough. I mean, obviously, I've been blessed to be able to do it. It's an amazing tournament.
It's on the bucket list for sure. Not just to get there, but obviously to play it would be unbelievable. And my grandpa, I share this story. He's played it twice. He played it twice before he passed.
And it's just so many, like, people talking about Nebraska, the nicest people. Like, it's just that kind of classy tournament where you got your shirt tucked in and you got your badge showing out, but you're eating like pimento cheese sandwiches and egg salad sandwiches and $4 beer, whatever. Like, the gift shop. It's an amazing time.
Thank you, Frenchie. He says, don't let Willie fool you. He's the next Phil Mickelson. Thank you. Thank you, Connor.
Yeah.
That helps my ego a lot.
So that'll get kicked off. Right now, you can also, if you have, like me, I'm kind of a nerd about it. I've got the Masters app, which gives you all the videos, the live videos, the scoring. And also you can go to masters.com. I have it up right now.
See, Adam agrees. Kind of. He says they didn't have the bird sounds in the trees. They added it to the broadcast. That's another theory.
I heard a lot of birds there when I was there. It's majestically walking the grounds.
It's a theory. It's a rumor. Anyways, let's make some picks.
We got to flip a coin. I don't have a coin.
I got a coin.
On how we're going to do this.
We'll flip the Zin can, okay? The Zin is heads. The other side is tails.
What do you call it?
All right, I'm gonna go with heads.
Heads is the
tails. You go first.
I go first. I get the first pick.
Now we're gonna pick three normal golfers.
I have the odds to win right here, up here,
and then a long shot.
Okay, 3 normals and a long shot. 3 normals and a long shot. I am gonna come out of the gate right now, and for my first pick, I'm gonna make sure I write these down. I'm gonna take. This is Hooks right here. This is Will. I'm going to take Brooks Koepka.
You're going to take Koepka.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people are talking to themselves right now, and they're saying, Hooks, you're crazy. Why aren't you taking Scotty Scheffler?
Yeah. So here's the deal. Like, I honestly, I asked you this question. So his wife is pregnant. They're really close to a due date, maybe within 7 to 12 days, somewhere in there in that neck of the woods. Scotty has said, I will withdraw if she goes into labor.
Ooh, that's a tough.
Now you're rolling the dice that she's going to go early, okay?
Well, you're
like,
hoping.
you hoping, whatever.
Oh man,
Scotty said he's going to withdraw.
So
along with if you're doing a long shot on not a long shot, but a Sam Burns, similar situation.
So you're betting on the baby coming this weekend,
huh?
You're betting on the baby.
I don't
know.
I'm just not going to take some heavy favorite. I like Brooks Koepka in a score because I think he is. He is championship major ready.
I've thought a lot about this. My first pick, I'm going to be taking Hideki Matsuyama.
Oh, I was, you know what? It's funny. I was right close to him.
I really like him.
Odds wise, they're close, right? Plus 1,900, plus 2,300. They're back to back in the odds. Koepka and Matsuyama.
Okay. Yeah, I like Hideki.
Okay.
And for my second pick, I am going to be taking Cameron Young.
Wow. That's an interesting pick. Okay. That is interesting. That's a unique pick. Wait. Hell. All right. Plus 5,100. He comes wow. Whew. All right.
Maybe I should have said that for the long shot.
Never mind. Yeah, I already wrote him down.
All right.
So I get back to back, right?
Woo. Back to back.
I am going, man. This is so interesting how you play this one. Because I've got the top 4 odds are on the board, and I get 2 of them. Because I'm going to take 2 of them.
Okay.
Off the board.
I think I know who you're going to take one with.
I'm taking Scotty Scheffler.
Okay. All right. I really hope that baby is born on
Yep,
Saturday.
I'm going to take him. Look at these odds. I mean, I don't know about that one. I'm going to give you him. I'm going to take Roy McIlroy. You knew I was taking Roy.
I did know you. Yeah, that was the one I was talking about. I love that pick. I mean, I love you taking that pick because I don't think Rory's going to be a factor.
I think he'll. Here's the deal. I'm just trying to get the cut done. I got 3 guys going to make the cut. Ain't no doubt about it. You
All
got
right.
one guy that might not make the cut. I'm feeling like the odds are in my favor right now.
All right.
Who's your last?
I'm not. By the way, I'm not scared at all that you took Rory. I think
Good.
Not a factor this
pick?
weekend.
How about you take the guy that only plays 54 holes? Go.
I'm going to take Matt Fitzpatrick.
That's a good pick. I like that pick.
He plays very well at Augusta, and I'm going to take Fitzpatrick.
I like that. I was in between. I really was close to taking Xander Schauffele.
Yeah,
Schauffele is major ready, but he's always like a bridesmaid. Doesn't even get it done.
Right.
But he's always there.
And like a similar thing to like Patrick Cantley and Colin Morikawa. I thought a lot about those guys, and I just couldn't pull the trigger.
I just will have to read this to you as we get there. We got long shots to pick now. Where are we setting the long shots?
Well, I think it's pretty clear. I'm going to go with Phil Mickelson for my long shot.
Well, it's my pick because you picked
I get
Fitzpatrick. So wait a minute.
I get back to back.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
You're taking Phil as the long. How many long shots we picking?
One
Long shot. Let's see here. Where does that start at? What is that line at?
Well, Tiger and Phil were about the same.
I've got plus 10,000.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
so you
what I
got.
saw.
Dude, you see the golfers at plus 10,000?
I know Tiger was right there.
Yeah, he's plus 10. They're all in that. Man, look at the golfers. I'm just going to name somebody. So you took Phil, right?
Yeah.
Listen to these golfers in the plus 10,000 range. Ricky Fowler, Sergio, Justin Rose, Tiger, Phil, Keegan Bradley.
I like Keegan.
Like this is,
I like Keegan.
Kitayama. There's some dudes.
I'll take Phil Mickelson
You got Phil.
because I don't want to take your guy. I know who you're going to take and just
Yeah,
do
I'm
it.
taking him.
Just do it.
Taking Tiger. He'll miss the cut, but it'll be fun just to have him in case it happens.
Well, you're going to be taking the cat.
What's wrong with the cat, bro?
Nothing. I
Wrong
hope
with
he
the
does well. I hope he does well.
I hope he does too. So, all right, let's take another break. Our first break, not another break. We've been on break. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll flip it up. We'll talk some hoops with Henry T. Buchanan.
You're listening to the Morning Hookup with Bill Hooks and Will Wilson. More coming up.
And I'm tired of talking. I've been nothing but good to you.
What'd you say?
Is the website down on your side too still?
Yeah,
I just refreshed this down.
Hey, T.
What up, T?
What's up, fellas?
What's up, man?
Oh, man. Shoot. The weather's about ready to get in 80, 90. I'm about ready to do cartwheels.
Oh, it's going to be 70, 73 here today. I'm going to tee off at 12:20
Oh, sweet. Where you playing at?
over at Wilderness,
The
home
normal?
course.
Yeah,
where it
of
happened at,
course.
all that, where all that stuff went down.
I can't. I tell you what, Will, I can't wait to get these guys back.
I listen, T. I got out the other day, and the swing is feeling salty.
That is not.
Oh,
what you
okay.
said.
All right.
That is not what you said.
Oh, what did I say?
Didn't you say you weren't very you didn't play very well? You weren't hitting it very well?
Well, I might have had a few, times where the ball went in the water, but
I'm just saying.
Hey, y'all need to come out here and visit, man. I take y'all to Acatilo, man. It's 24 to 27 holes have water.
Perfect.
It's almost impossible not to hit it in the water. It's literally impossible. I don't care who you are.
no thanks.
Tiger Woods.
Nice course. It's a very nice course, but it's just water everywhere. Blind spots, you name it.
T, you were at the Final Four.
I can't wait to talk about that.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a heck of an experience, man. Purdue was out there, man. They had about 90% of the fans from Purdue, man. They rivaled Nebraska, but I'm not going to give them that. But
No.
if Nebraska ever made it that far, it would be 99% Husker ran up in there.
Oh, could you imagine?
Oh,
Like, put it in perspective.
oh yeah.
If Nebraska made the Final Four.
Oh God.
God.
Oh, could you imagine?
I-
Could you imagine? First of all, let's talk about the bandwagoners.
Oh, she would be trying to get front court side.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. He'll be the biggest.
Look, those my
fan.
guys. Those my
Oh, yeah,
guys.
yeah. I've been telling y'all this for years.
Barry's my guy.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Jerry.
yeah.
Jerry.
Oh yeah. That's my guy, man. But he's a fair weather fan.
Jerry.
Yeah, he's
Oh boy.
a guy, man. He's funny.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about the Final Four and some
Oh yeah.
some hoop stuff.
Yeah, I hear we got a couple of recruits signed. I don't know much about them, but
We've got
heard about
got
the 6'10" guy, I guess.
we got one guy so far that's
Is that
official.
the 6'10" guy?
Yes, out of North Dakota State.
I know I've seen those guys play, but I just don't remember much about him. I mean, the 6'10" guy.
He's more. I think he is not your athletic big. He's gonna be your like kind of your rim guy.
So he's like Mass.
Yes. Yeah, but well, he might move a little bit better than Mass.
Okay. He moves a little bit better than Mass.
Yeah. Mass, I'm telling you, man, like you walk up, like you roll up to your local Y. That's Mass. You know,
Yes.
he's the last pick. He's like, somebody take the white guy.
You know who he reminds me of? And I don't know if y'all remember this guy. A very, very similar game, but this guy was better off, better score. Y'all remember Andrew Drevo?
Oh yeah. Drevo he still lives in Lincoln.
Yes. But Drevo was a little bit smoother with it from a scoring perspective, left hand, right hand, post up, shoot the three, very smooth. That's who Mass kind of reminded me. His game reminded me as his, but he just wasn't as. He's good, but Andrew Drevo was pretty darn good.
Drevo had a really good career.
Sit tight.
All right.
Sit tight, guys.
Welcome back in the morning hookup. Happy Wednesday. This gentleman needs no introduction. No introduction. It's Henry T. Buchanan. What up, T?
What's up, fellas? What's up, Bill? What's up, Will?
Living. We were just having a conversation on the stream about a new signee with Nebraska out of North Dakota State, 6'10". We got in and talk about Mass, and then Andrew Drevo's name came up. A former Husker that could shoot it, and he had a really, really good career overseas.
Yes. The guy was very smooth with it. He could shoot the three. He could shoot with both hands, right hand, left hand, the half hooks. He wasn't fluent with the feet, but he got where he needed to go. He was a big body. Then he played for Lincoln Christian. Had a brother that played with him as well. That was pretty tough as well.
I think he did.
Yeah. Andrew Drevo could flat out play, and I enjoyed watching him play. And he seemed like he had short arms. He had those short arms like who was the big center that played for the Hawks for years, that played forever? The big center.
Oh, I know who you're talking.
He was muscle bound, but they called him T-Rex because his arms. Yeah.
It wasn't Josh Smith, was it?
What's that?
It wasn't Josh Smith, was it?
No, this was a while ago. He played a while ago. I'm looking right at the guy, and I just can't spit his name out. And he played forever. He was a rebounder and his defender. He was strong. And he would dunk. He could just jump out the gym, but he wasn't very skilled offensively. But he played about 20 years in the NBA.
Yeah, if you look at Drew, go back to like his right around his junior year, he averaged 14 and 7.
Yeah.
And he had 38 assists, 21 steals, and 19 block shots, and he did it in 28 minutes a game.
Wow. He could play. He could play. I remember watching him in the state games. Him and Charles Richardson going at it with Mike Woods and Roman Evans and Javon Woods, and it was a great game. And Charles was he was a heck of a point guard, and I think him and Drevo played together. And they were solid. I enjoyed Drevo was one of my favorites because I just love I loved offense, and he could shoot. We've had some great shooters over the years, with the Chris Cresswell, Carmichael now, Hey, speaking of shooting, I had the opportunity to be up and close to personal watching K-State take care of business in the NCAA three-point contest, and not only won the men's, he won the battle of the sexes. He took care of that. I don't know if that's a correct term that you.
Oh yeah, it is.
But he even took care of business, and he showed out. He's a showman. And like I told you guys, man, towards the end of the season, he became one of my favorite players, and they just loved him here. The fans, and even now, I'm at the Final Four, and of course, representing my Huskers, and people are still stopping me talking about Casey.
Mm-hmm.
Man, he's my favorite player. That guy can shoot, and he made a name for himself, and then he gets to play in the Olympics with the Japan. Well, I'm pretty sure he's playing on the Olympic team this summer with Japan, and it'd be interesting to see what he does against those pros, and seeing if he can get that shot off. Because if he gets it off, it's money.
We're having some people try and answer your question. Ryan and Moon both say Kevin Willis.
Yes, that is him. Kevin Willis.
Nailed it. Good job. Good job.
Kevin,
There we go.
Talk about the champ. You were at the championship game or no?
I was at all of them. I went to the Final Four. I was there on Saturday. I got the chance to see Purdue take care of business against NC State, where I try to tell Shu, I said that DJ Burns, I said he's a wide body, but he has not played against a guy as big as Edie, and he's not going to be able to muscle and get around him and think that sort of, and that's exactly what happened. Actually, I thought Ziti took him out the game and intimidated him with the size. You just couldn't do anything with him. And I thought Alabama gave Connecticut everything they wanted and more. And I hate to, bring up, and I know this is a cliche and, bringing up the refs, man, but I just think sometimes the refs get in their own way in a lot of the games. And I thought Alabama has a couple of questionable calls, and people don't realize the type of calls that referees make that change the momentum and shifts of the game. It may be that one call, and people say they can make that up, but it's not about making up the call. It's about the change in momentum or stopping momentum. And Alabama was solid. I'm good. I had the opportunity to play against Latrell Wright, so who played at Creighton. His son came off the bench and played well for Alabama. And I talked to Latrell. He walked right by me going to his seat, and got a chance to talk to him. He was pretty fired up, and I was hoping Alabama was able to get Connecticut. But let's give Connecticut all the kudos that they deserve, man. That Dan Hurley is doing a phenomenal job with that team, and it was fun to be there. And Purdue fans was there. I mean, it was at least 95% Purdue fans there. They were everywhere rooting them on. But they're from Indiana. Indiana's about basketball, and so I wasn't surprised at all. And Zach Edey probably made himself some money, in that game, because everybody's been waiting on him to play against a 7-2 or somebody to 7+ and see what he does against them. And I felt that he dominated him, even though that's probably was Dan Hurley's game plan, is to let Edey get his and everybody else you stop him. And looks like that's what happened in that game, in my personal opinion. But
T, besides the game, man, talk about your Final Four experience, because I've been to a couple. I've been to the one in Glendale. Obviously, I'll bring it up. 2017, Carolina won it in Glendale. But the experience itself, because I don't know if people realize, like it is a spectacle upon spectacles event.
You're walking, I'm walking with Will Washington. Will Washington was a tight end at Nebraska when I was in school at Nebraska. And he's the one that got me the ticket, and I forgot who the hookup was. But anyway, we're on level, we're section 100 and row 19. So we're relatively close, but just walking around.
Did you say row 19?
Yes.
Which is, by the way, at the Final Four, that's like row 47.
But the bad part about
crazy.
I know they'll never change this, but what is the deal? I know it's about the money, but they got to go back to arenas. This football stadium crap, man, it's just no matter what seat you are, you're still way back, and then they have to elevate the floor, and then you're sitting way back, even at the 100 levels. I mean, I think nosebleed might be the better seats, in those venues. But then again, it's hard to argue, 50, 60,000, 70,000 versus 17, 18, 19,000. I get it, but this is basketball, it's not football. But the atmosphere, one of the first people we run into, we're walking in the corridor, is Calvin Sampson. He walks right by us with that stoic look, and he's all business. And just to see some of the, you saw all these you could see people like, who is that? Who is this? It's any and everybody there. And we were sitting pretty close to when Chauncey Billups and Michael Cooper and all those guys, and was down there getting ready to be recognized for, the Naismith, Vince Carter, all those guys was like right in front of us. We're just looking like, is that Vince Carter? What are they here for? Doug Collins. And you kind of find out, they're recognizing the Naismith Hall of Fame. And, Danny Green was just there. I think he was doing something with the media. And
Oh yeah, he was on the studio.
yeah, oh yeah. And then prior to the game, we're at the Westgate, and I just happened to see ESPN stage set up, and I said, hey, let's just sit here. And then you see Jay Billis, and Seth, all these guys show up and getting the crowd all wired up, and then we walk to the other tailgate right by the stadium, and people just everywhere. CBS was there, and the live music. I see why they have it in Phoenix, because the atmosphere and how they, prepare for, the pregame and just the fans and the setup. The only thing I didn't like that kind of ticked me off a little bit is, of course, I'm not drinking my favorite beverages, so I had to get bottled water. These jokers take your bottled water. You can't carry your water without the cap on it. They're taking the cap off. I'm like, I need 2 waters. Why am I going to have one with the cap off? And, and I'm drinking, it's just, I said, this is not alcohol. So I didn't know what the deal was. And then someone told me that it's protection. Like, so if people throw full bottles of water at somebody, I'm like, come on, man.
Wow.
I don't, I guess that was new to me. I understand alcohol opening your beer or whatever, but a bottle of water, come on, people. But no, it was a heck of an experience. If you've never been to a Final Four, make that one of on your bucket list in the future, man. It's something to behold. Just like I said, the atmosphere, the people there, and the fans, and you can just tell that Connecticut fans was there as well, but not as much, of course, as Purdue. But Connecticut, just man, what and then what? They have everybody coming back except for that transfer for St. John.
I know. Newton. Is it Newton? No.
No, Cam Spencer.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah, came from
can't stand
who is a solid player.
Ugh.
Who is a solid player. But no, I all the kudos to Purdue and Connecticut. They were 1 and 2 all year, and those are the 2 final teams that played in the championship. So it's just being there. I matter of fact, I think that's going to be what I do every year, wherever it's at. I think it's New Orleans next year, then Detroit the year after. I think I'm there. No matter what. And actually, the coaching staff, other than Hoiberg, Coach Hoiberg wasn't there, but I saw Nate and Pat, the equipment manager. Some of the staff was there. I sit by them and had an opportunity to talk a little bit, trying to ask about the recruits, and of course, not much they could share at the time, other than to have people just visiting. And Bonzi Wells, I was at the HBCU All-Star game. My cousin, Bonzi Wells, has a couple of kids by one of my first cousins, and we were there. And of course, I'm picking his brain. He's assistant coach at Georgia Tech, and I was just asking him, how is it to recruit and coach in this era with transfer portal and NIL and things that sort. And every year there's a different team. And his response was, it's a little frustrating because now kids right now, they come to your school and their first question is how much money. And it's not only for them, most of these kids have handlers. Yep. And so you not only got to, provide cash for the player, you got to provide cash for the handler these days. And he said it's just frustrating, and they just turning people down because they're giving these amounts, and these amounts are so high. And these schools, some schools, I guess, are paying for them. I mean, that can afford it, I guess. And I'm assuming Georgia Tech's not in that boat, but he's coaching there with his former teammate Damon Stoudemire, and he just talked about the different style of play, and it's becoming a European league, and the style of play. in all aspects. And I asked him, I said, well, isn't the women's WNBA and college is the way Naismith intended the basketball to be played? He said, yes. But women, that's, they got a few folks that are dunking the ball and like the young lady for South Carolina and things of that sort. But they do play the game the way it's supposed to be played. And nowadays it's about entertainment, the traveling, the carrying, the extra steps to get your shot off. He said, man, if I played in this era, because, he played 10 years in the league. And most players now is looking at this league and saying it's just different. But these kids are very athletic, but they do two things. He said they shoot threes or they go to the basket and dunk. There's no mid-range. He said, if you watched Alabama, and I watched them, if you watched Alabama, they only took threes or they went all the way to the bucket. Unless the only time they shot a mid-range shot is because they had to. But the majority of shots was either three layup. And there was nothing in between. And it's for me, it's hard to watch because I'm used to watching and we were taught fundamentals. We were taught scoring at all levels, 3 levels, three, mid-range, going to the basket. And, you kind of expose, and the big men are obsolete now. And if the big men can't shoot, and that's why people are questioning Edie's ability to play the next level, because he doesn't have that. He may bring back the post up, and I would love to see it. I want, I'm old school. I want to see the game the way I was taught, not the way, it's all about entertainment. But, I'm going to get off my soapbox, but I still love the game. I'm still going to watch it.
We're talking to Henry T. Buchanan. There's some big news in the college world. Coach John Calipari is officially new coach at Arkansas. How surprised are you at that?
I am stunned. I one of my mentors, her son is the assistant coach there, one of the grad assistants at Kentucky, and this was his first year. So I was kind of getting some inside information about the practices and how Coach Calipari was. And then one of my good friends, Chin, we call him Chin, he was assistant here under Tim Mouse, and he was one of the coaches. I never got an opportunity to talk to him at all, but she kind of just talked about when the big guys were hurt. Her son, who just came from playing overseas, got the opportunity to get on board and practice with the kids, and he just talked about the talent level. So it wasn't the lack of talent that the Kentucky had, and it's going to Calipari gets the best talent, but how great a coach is he? Is he just a great recruiter, or is he an X and O man? And but he does have a national championship under his belt. But and Arkansas, from my understanding, that he did ask Kentucky to match what Arkansas was offering, and obviously they didn't. And but I was stunned. I didn't see that one coming. But if you think about it, there's been some criticism, and some media was out there saying is his job on the line, after losing yet again, early on in the NCAA tournament. So am I surprised? Yes. But you feel that some people are just Teflon, they're untouchable, and I thought he was one of the coaches that was untouchable. But if you have that cliche that he has and the reputation that, he can go where he wants to coach. So, but the Kentucky to Arkansas, a rival kind of in the same conference, I didn't see that coming.
Again, we're speaking to Henry T. Buchanan. T, I want to ask you, it's a kind of a unique question. Obviously, Nebraska and the current situation, Coach Hoiberg loves the transfer portal. Do you think, what's it going to be like? Because obviously right now you're looking for the best fit from a culture standpoint. You're trying to fill holes. But would there be any anxiety that you feel like? So right now there's a Rutgers guy that's looking at Nebraska, a couple Minnesota guys. Would there be any kind of weird feeling, anxiety, knowing you have another a transfer might be coming from another Big Ten school?
That's interesting that you say that, because I remember in junior college, and I hate to even bring this up, we were frustrated as freshmen.
Mm-hmm.
And Coach Bargan, I hope he's not listening to this, but I know Bob is probably listening to this, but we were frustrated, and we was thinking about transferring to Barton County, who was our rival in our conference.
Oh,
So, and they were in our conference. They were like conference rivals.
that's great.
It was just us, we were, of course I was the adult in the crowd and everything, and I kind of calmed the waters, but I was on board at the time, and, because we were loaded, and we just didn't like the way we were being played our freshman year, some of us. And so what happens nowadays, you would have been like, we're out of here.
Yep.
You
Yep.
know? But back then, it's you playing Russian roulette, nothing's guaranteed, and you had to sit out. And who wants to sit out a year in JUCO? After you get your 2 years and you get out and you go to
Mhm.
D1. If you can play 1 year, then you go to D1. But nowadays, it's oh my goodness, it's just every year, every team is being impacted. And actually, Bonzi Wells touched on that. I think they lost quite a few players off of Georgia Tech as well. And teams like Purdue is going to be consistent because they keep their players. I don't see a lot of transfers other than the guard that transferred from us. I think Southern Illinois, the shooter that played well for them and started all year. But teams like that, Connecticut pretty much brought pretty much everybody back from last year. With the ones who all went to the NBA, and they have the freshman that was pretty solid, and the kid that was the MVP last year. I mean, when you got people like that in your big man, your core players like we have with Gary, Mass, and Bryce, and hopefully Mass, I know he's maybe having a little help. I mean, a little procedure on his knee that may or may not hamper next year's or whatever. But we still have our core. And I think that's important. And your best players, if we can always keep those and just build around them, I think we'd be all right. And I'm sure Coach Hoiberg and his staff is really looking at players who are going to fit in and is going to be productive, because Josiah is going to be a tough, replacement. You got Lawrence, who came off the bench, who started half the season. It's going to be a tough replacement. So just to replace the guys. And I know we had Euless, who's going to step right in, and people are going to be very, very, very pleased when they see this guy play. Then I don't know much about the Wisconsin not transfer, but the freshman is coming in that I guess can shoot just as well, if not, I ain't gonna say better than K-Say, but I heard he can put the ball in the bucket, and that's huge, and that's what we need, those type of replacements. And but Josiah, man, with that work ethic and the ability to hit the boards and play defense and go for loose balls, that's going to be a tough. People don't realize, people look at scoring as everything, but it's not. You got to have the Rodmans on every team, and that's who Josiah was for us, and we definitely gonna have to get a replacement for him too in this portal. But maybe the 16 guy is going to bring what we need, and we just have to look forward to it and have confidence that Coach Hoiberg is going to put a good product on the court next year, and hopefully we'll do better and get that first win in NCAA.
T, before we get you out of here, man, Masters tomorrow. Who's winning? Give me one golfer. Who's your pick?
Man, I y'all probably think this is funny. I got that Morgan Gregory, that group. I went with Tiger in that group, because that's Tiger's my man. I just feel that if he's in the field and he's healthy enough, he doesn't have the fear factor that he's had in the past, but he's going to make noise. But if I was going to put money on it, Scheffler's playing well. John Rahm, loves this course. Unfortunately, McIlroy plays well, but it seems like for whatever reason, he falters, he slow starts, and then he starts to turn it on, and he's always too far behind to catch up. So with that in mind, I think it's a toss-up between Scheffler and John Rahm, and Scheffler's been playing great lately. But I don't follow Liv, so I don't know how well John is doing in Liv.
He hasn't been playing great.
They only play 54 holes. It's weak.
Give me.
Oh, okay, yeah, I haven't been paying attention, so I have no idea. But I'm gonna go with Scheffler. I'm going with Scheffler.
Right.
And I know he's ranked high. It's an easy pick, man. But this guy's been playing great.
Yep.
Love it, T, man. Hey, well, we're going to get you out of it, brother. Appreciate your time as always, my friend. Enjoy that sunshine.
And the May 17th, the weekend is May 17th, so prepare. And I'll be getting my game ready, Will. So let's get ready. I know you said earlier on that you've been hitting the ball pretty well. But, Bill, You know, he's pretty confident, and Shu plays pretty much every day. So, but they don't have to practice and play a lot. I rarely play, but I'm going to come in there. I'm going to bring it, and I know you're going to bring it, and I'll be ready. We'll go ahead and take that crown back, and then it'll be a grudge match next. So after this beatdown.
Oh boy,
I love it.
I love it. All right, T, take care of yourself, my brother. We'll talk to you
Thanks for
soon.
having me, fellas. Y'all take care.
Yeah,
See you,
T,
T.
appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
You can't have a crown you never had. All right, let's take a break. Thanks to T right there. Appreciate that so much. Let's take a break. We come back. Do stories that we missed.
More next on the Morning Hookup on KFOR.
I was gonna bring didn't I would say the first Final Four I ever went to, New Orleans. This is the teams that were in it, and these are some of the stars that were in it. Texas was there, TJ Ford. Kansas was there, Heinrich and Collison were on that team.
Oh yeah.
Here's where it gets crazy.
Wait, that's Kansas, right?
Yep.
Collison. I always love Collison.
Marquette was in there. Dwayne Wade. Wade was on the team.
Wow.
Syracuse won it that year. Melo was a freshman.
Wow.
Melo McNamara.
Was Melo a one and done?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's my first Final Four. Shane asked, what does Hooksy hate more, Duke? Well, you misspelled it. It's with a P. Or Liv. Both. Yes. No, that's puke.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Good.
They haven't been around long enough to really form a hatred. I don't even watch it, so I don't even know what it's about.
If somebody came up to you and said, Hooks, we'll give you $100 million to play in live golf, you would do it.
Like, no, I already got that. I'm just kidding.
Oh, you are such a loser. You are such a loser. You know you
Not true. It's just a statement.
Yeah,
Okay?
whatever. And you get mad at people saying you have a private jet.
And I don't have that either.
Probably a Duke fan on the live tour eating canes.
Exactly. That is such a good analysis.
Yeah.
By the way, choose your trip website's back up, kf4now.com. It is luxury, Luxury. I got mine. It showed it back up.
Okay, good.
Get the keyword in. Boy, Pella Windows, boy, they're putting out.
Yeah, they are.
Well done. That's awesome. Pella Window and Doors sponsor this one, man.
Honestly, how do you think Tiger's going to do?
He makes the cut this week. Well, I'll bring some of those up. I'm going to ask you some questions. That's what we'll do. There's odds and stuff. We've already got our picks to win, right? Like things like that.
Shane said he heard the Saudis are big Canes fans.
Probably are jerks.
Oh.
No, God.
You're shooting bullets today. I don't know. I want Tiger to do good. I don't believe in the whole sick thing at the Genesis. I do think something was wrong with the body.
No.
I'm just saying that's what I think. And don't act like you know.
He said he was sick in his game. He wasn't even ready. He's ready now.
God, I hope you're right.
Here's the other thing that you got.
He also gave up sex, so that's a big part.
See, I'm going to look real quick. This is something else to think about because obviously this will play a factor. I'm going to look up the weather for the weekend.
It always seems like Sunday at Augusta is always just a beautiful day.
Oh, I can't spell. Be interesting. Do you Augusta, Georgia? Here you go. This is the weather you're going to get this week. This is like I'm telling you, factor upon factor. How about this for your tournament? Well, tomorrow, 79 thunderstorms in the morning, and then it moves on. Gusty winds tomorrow, but then Friday, how about this?
Hold that.
Welcome back in the morning hookup. Special thanks to Henry T. Buchanan hanging out with us. I was just bringing up the fact that what the weather's going to be like in Augusta because it always seems to play a factor. Tomorrow they're calling 79. There's a chance of some storms and some wind. Okay. How about this for the weekend? Talking about getting a good Masters. Friday, 73, blowing 15 to 25. Not bad. Saturday, oh my gosh, 78, 5-10.
Nice.
Masters Sunday, they're calling for, ready? 85 degrees, 5 to 10 miles an hour,
Sunny.
and sunny.
Oh, it's going to be.
It is going to be primed up for a great Masters. Come up. I do want to talk about a few of the bet. You were talking about Tiger. Okay.
Mhm.
This is what they got out there for Tiger right now. Would you take would you take the bet or not?
Okay. Yeah.
Tiger Woods right now, they have finishing position. It's not having sex or not that. We're talking about in the tournament. Okay. 53rd or better. 51st or worse. 54th or worse. Money is going towards 54th or worse. Would you take him in the 53 spot or better?
No, I wouldn't.
So minus 125, it's trending that he will not finish above 54. First round score. Okay. Boy, they are not liking the Woods, buddy. 74. That's 2 over par.
Over under?
Money is going towards the over. It's letting you know. Over 74.
Yeah.
If there's
I
no
would-
half. There's no
I would
half.
too. I hate to say it. I would too.
Minus 120 on the top, minus 110 on the bottom. Total birdies made in the first round. Over under 3.5.
Actually, you know what? I would take the over on that
Yeah,
because I think there's going to be a few blow up holes.
Yeah, they got it under minus 150 on the unders.
Okay. I'll take the over on that.
I'm going through here just to find some other really fun props. They got a bunch of stuff. Like the Masters is like the Super Bowl betting when you look at a lot of the stuff. Here you go. The Masters total hole in ones. It's set at over under 1.5. Woo.
When that pin is down on
Woo.
16, you know, there's been days where on that day there's 3
Yeah.
hole in ones. So, oh man, I'll take the over on that.
You're getting good. You're getting good odds. You're like plus 140 on the overs.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about this? The highest score on any hole. Any hole. They got the number at 9.5.
Oh, is somebody gonna take a 10?
Hey, who knows? There's a
Oh.
lot of first timers that made their way into the Masters.
Yeah, you're right. Who was the guy a few years ago who was an amateur? Remember that?
Oh yeah, I forgot.
And he couldn't make any prize money because he was an amateur.
but he made the cut and everything.
Yeah, he was played good.
over under 9.5. It's the money's going towards the under of 9.5.
Yeah.
Here you go. Is another one. How about the lowest round of the tournament? So we got some decent conditions. 64.5 is the number. You're going to go under? Somebody going to shoot a 64?
Ugh.
Money minus 125 on the over side. Nobody gets to 64.
Okay.
Highest round completed. These are always fun. How about 83.5?
Oh God.
Somebody going to shoot 84?
I hope not.
The odds are saying yes, they will.
84.
So,
That means you and I would shoot a what?
oh, like
120?
200. I guarantee I would drink them out of Crown and Waters, though, while I'm doing it.
Yes.
So, man, good show.
Yeah, man.
Thanks, T.
Tomorrow's a big day.
Tomorrow's a big day. Thursday, opening round of the Masters, and Ask Will Anything.
That's
Tomorrow,
right.
again, maybe you'll have a name tag by then, too. So, all right, from Will and I, you guys have a great hump day. We'll catch you on a Thursday.